like none I've ever come across before. And this is the gentleman I met 14 years ago. So Steve Scott has spent his whole life searching for breakthrough products, and he's purchased the rights to those breakthrough products and marketed them on TV. So for years, Steve generated about $4 billion in sales with things that you've probably heard of before. You can see Sure there, for example. So hair care with Sure, Dealer Meal, but this big one, Total Gym. Type in yes if you have seen Total Gym at any point in your life on television in any country, because pretty much every country I've ever been in my life have had Total Gym on there at some point, and even to this very day, it is a multi-billion-dollar sale. So $4 billion in sales. Steve dwarfed the success of any other infomercial company and went on to be super successful. In fact, Steve is also a New York Times best-selling author of many, many books, and also been interviewed right across the world, as you can see, from many, many different channels. So after working for 30 years in health and beauty in the industries, and pioneering the research into glutathione, when I met him, Steve was ready to retire, but then he found what he calls the biggest breakthrough of his entire life. And Steve decided to come out of retirement and bring this breakthrough to the world. So he sees trends before they exist, and that's how we're so fortunate here at Neumi. So let's talk about innovation. Now, when we talk about innovation, we have solved the bioavailability and the absorption issue. What do I mean? Well, look at these people's guts here. When you swallow a capsule, what happens? Well, we have the most expensive urine out there, don't we? So nutrition companies, for decades, they have been doing exactly the same thing, just from slightly different perspectives, whether that be nutrition via a capsule, or whether it be giving the raw ingredients for the body to produce an ingredient through a capsule, to try and get the products work. But as a lot of our medical advisory boards state, the biggest challenge facing human health today is gut issues, okay? So the same holds true for nutrition. Skincare companies for decades have been pummeling their products full of magnificent proven ingredients, but the challenge is most of it, only a tiny percentage, actually absorbs and becomes truly bioavailable. A friend of mine's in the skincare industry, and she said it's kind of like you got bladder up on your face and you're putting all the stuff on and nothing's really getting where it needs to go. So we have solved this issue. How do we do it? With hydrostat nano delivery. So this is a completely unique proprietary nano delivery discovery, and its cutting edge breakthrough has led to the development of some amazing life-changing products. Now, it is disrupting the nutrition industry on a major scale and also the beauty industry worldwide. So that's led us to this particular product first, which is NutraSwish. Now, NutraSwish is glutathione reinvented. What do I mean? Well, all the nutrients your body craves, including glutathione, curcumin, vitamin C, alpha-lipoic acid, cysteine, which helps produce glutathione in the body, but all nano-sized, super small. And what it means is, and I'll show you right now, all you do is you take this product, you take the cap off, pour a couple of caps, put it in your mouth, hold it under your tongue for 30 seconds, and we've shrunk the particle size down so small, way smaller than any of them ever been able to do before in their science, and then it absorbs under the tongue, and then when you swish like a mouthwash, that agitation assists it to absorb even better. So within 30 seconds, you have those ingredients into the bloodstream. Now, some capsules take 45 minutes, an hour or longer, and even then, with gut issues, they may not absorb at all. So we have solved that issue with this amazing ingredient. So some of you are watching this going, that's fantastic, but what is glutathione? Never heard of it, don't even know what you're talking about. So let me just clarify for those people. So glutathione is the body's master antioxidant. So it is produced naturally by every cell of the body. It's a natural detoxifier. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It protects and boosts the immune system. And it also, oops, just clicking a button there, it also reduces cellular inflammation. And so you're probably thinking to yourself, well, that's great. Then why do I need to supplement if it's already in my body? Well, really interesting question. So according to the experts, your levels of glutathione in your body will be optimal when you're about 18 to 20 years of age. And then in a healthy individual, it will deplete about 10 to 15% per decade. So people who've had, health issues, probably even faster, right? In fact, if you're a sports person and you're really fit, like my son is a powerlifter and he's 21 years of age, you will burn your 40% of the body's available glutathione stores that you've built up in the first 10 minutes of aerobic exercise. So pretty much all roads to health lead back to glutathione. In fact, if you go to PubMed, which is the world scientific study on peer-reviewed studies and so forth on scientific products, you'll notice there are 165,000 studies on glutathione and its effectiveness, right? So it's a fragile molecule orally, and unfortunately, if you take it orally, it'll get destroyed by the digestive process, rendering it virtually useless. So science has advanced, and the early science created what we call precursors. So precursors are ingredients that you can take orally, and they'll get through the gut, and hopefully they will create the glutathione itself, help the body to produce glutathione itself. Now, this was once the greatest solution. In fact, that's how I met Steve Scott. He had an amazing breakthrough in that space. But it's almost like now that precursors are yesterday's heroes, in my opinion, because it's like precursors are now the beta cassette from 1980, and now we have the MP4, which means you don't need to carry around a cassette at all. So it's hydrostat, the new era of absorption. So let's talk about glutathione from what the experts have to say for those that don't understand glutathione. Well, firstly, superhero antioxidants, according to Dr. Oz. Now, if you don't know Dr. Oz, you haven't watched TV, because on pretty much every channel, US particularly, you'll see him all the time. Dr. Mike Hyman, you have never Googled glutathione if you haven't heard this name, because he says it's the most important molecule to stay healthy and prevent disease, and he's on all over the internet everywhere. Don Colbert says glutathione's the Michael Jordan of antioxidants and detoxifiers, so it's the number one team player and your body's most powerful healing agent, according to Jimmy Gutman. So glutathione does about 400 functions in the body. In fact, for human life, if you had no glutathione right now, you'd be dead. Everyone has it in their bodies, but your levels deplete. And of course, there's about 76 diseases with links to oxidative stress. And the number one defense against oxidative stress is what? Glutathione. So as your levels drop with age, I'm 53. I certainly hope I don't look it. I certainly don't feel it. I can tell you I feel better now than I did when I was 40 when I first discovered glutathione. So that gives you any indication. So we have an esteemed medical advisory board of our own, and these people have been presenting on glutathione for decades. Now, firstly, top left-hand corner, Dr. Doug Harrington. Now, he was on the Stanford heart transplant team. He pioneered a test called the Pulse test for early heart attack detection. So an amazing gentleman. On the center of the screen, Dr. Gordon Crozier is a gentleman that I've known for quite some time out of the US, and he has a book on glutathione and Lyme disease. On the top right-hand corner is a great buddy of mine from Gold Coast, which is Dr. Dean Stubbs, and he's been presenting on glutathione as an integrative practitioner now for about a decade. Dr. Tanya Ash, bottom corner, from South Australia here, same. She's been treating clients and recommending glutathione for years. Dr. Bethany Dixon, she's actually done a trucker study talking about fatigue. You know, you don't need to drink those V drinks and all that. Instead, glutathione to keep you wide awake and sharp. And of course, Dr. Luis Valdez, he's actually in Latin America, and he's been presenting it for a decade. So has Cindy Lopez, who's a pediatrician. So what do the athletes have to say? Now, this is probably my most skeptical friend. I say that with love. Natalie Jenkinson from the Sunshine Coast here. She's an ex-Olympic judo athlete and a 4-time women boxing champion. Now, she said to me, and maybe you've got a friend like this, oh, yeah, look, she said, I've been given every potion, lotion, everything you can dream of, and have always been a disappointment. So I said, look, I'm going to give you a bottle for free. What do you got to lose? Just give it a go. Now, the first thing she said was, on day one, when I took Swish, I slept really well, and I just felt if this was it, it'd be great. By day 13, however, she was so clear and training better than she had in years, and she said it gave her back the endurance and recovery she had in her elite fighting years. So that's what happens when you can bring your glutathione levels up to where they used to be. Remember when you were 18 and you felt like you could jump a building in one single bound, bulletproof? I don't do as many things like I did back then because I think I'll break a few bones. So you might be watching this, some people do, and they go, that's okay, but how do we know Natalie eats well? You know, I'm vegan. Well, fantastic. Let's look at this. Alexander Glover, vegan triathlete. He said, I immediately noticed it was in my body. Literally from day one, I had amazing focus and brain clarity. After the first 4 days, I had tremendous increase in my energy, and it meant I felt a disinterest in my coffee ritual, which is saying a lot in Australia. And then after 1 week, my performance, my running speed, and my muscle strength became noticeably better, and recovery was speedy. And it's interesting, a lot of athletes have said exactly that. Their recovery, I can just bounce back straight away, which is amazing. So let's talk about the skin, Neumi skin. This is skincare completely reimagined. So what we do is we infuse those top-grade critical ingredients that people know are proven already, like glutathione, like hyaluronic acid, which actually holds 1,000 times its own weight in moisture, like collagen, which is like the springs in your mattress, and curcumin, which is an antiviral, and cysteine, and a lot of other amino acids. So we put those in, but the difference is we actually shrink the particle size down way smaller than anyone's ever been able to do before, and that means that will absorb, okay? And that is the big picture. So again, what's this product all about? Well, glad you've asked. Really hard, guys. You know, I'll take my glasses off, but this is how hard it is. That's it. All you got to do, walk out, you're done. So the ladies love it, and the men love it, right? So if you're a sensitive new age guy and you want to look younger, give it a go. So let's talk about some before and afters, because the before and afters are spectacular. So for those looking really closely at this picture, yes, we get it. Elaine has had her lips done and she has had her eyebrows done. But this is actually a client of a friend of mine, Dessa, who is her beautician, is also a skincare educator right across Australia, in fact, internationally. And Dessa and Elaine were blown away, right? You look at the reduction in the redness and look at the reduction in the pore size, and particularly, look at this. Elaine swears she did not lose any weight in this 30-day period, but it tightened up her skin. So look at the neckline. It's just amazing. Now, similarly, other experts, Tatiana from Latin America, she is an esthetician. That's what a beautician is in Australia, same words. And she's just blown away at her own results and then gave it to her clients. And this is a friend of mine who's probably online right now, I'm not sure, but it's about 8:30 a.m. over there in Georgia, I think. And this is one of the very first people to try our product. And she almost looks like, this is Sherry Werner, she almost looks like her younger sister. And that is when I got sold. Now, you might be watching this like I was the first time and saying, well, how do we know that there's different lighting, or, you know, maybe it's just photoshopped or whatever. Do yourself a massive favor. When you get this product, don't forget to do this. Take a photograph in your bathroom with the light on, record what time of day, what lighting you've got, and then do it 30 days later. You will be blown away, right? I have been blown away. In fact, people said to me that they thought I had Botox on my forehead. I have not touched Botox in my life, never will. All I've done is use this spray, which is amazing. So let's talk about implementation of these products. Now, we could have gone any way we like into marketing these products worldwide, but we chose the home-based business industry. Why is that? Well, they say that 16% of people trust adverts and most people trust word of mouth, right? So the home-based business industry has many names. It's called the network marketing industry, the multi-level marketing industry, the direct selling industry. In fact, this industry is older than I am. I'm 53, and this industry was around about 47 years before I even was born. So the latest statistics on this industry said in 2019, before COVID, there was 180 billion in sales and there was 119 million people involved around the world. Now, since COVID, more people have been looking for opportunity, and our sales, we're 8 months old, and we are the talk of the whole industry because our sales have gone through the roof. Why do you think that is? Well, firstly, this product is way more effective than a precursor, but here's the point. It's about half the price. No one can compete with this company because our cost of production is so low, our product is more effective, and our compensation plan we pay out like nobody's ever seen. And we're first to market worldwide without any competition. So let's talk about getting it to the market. Steve Scott's amazing, right? He is my mentor and our founder. He's an amazing gentleman. But you know what? When Steve was going to do this, I said, this time around, you need somebody in the driver's seat who has done it before, and we need someone in corporate to have experience. So we were blessed to have this gentleman, who I now call a good buddy of mine, Aaron Rennett, come to the table. And Aaron has been super successful in this industry and taken a company into about 40 plus countries and turning over unheard of volume, just huge. And so from my perspective, having been in the industry for a while, I can tell you he's the first corporate person I've ever worked with that listens and implements everything the field talks about, which is just fantastic, breath of fresh air. So with that in mind, I'm going to talk about now a few things. Unparalleled value adds, unequal compensation, revolutionary tools, and a field-driven philosophy. So let's start off with the first unparalleled value add. It's called VIP membership. And this is Steve Scott I talked about. You know, I said he's a best-selling author. You know, some companies have paid him $25,000 to come in and coach their upper-level staff. Steve has a program called Master Strategies of Super Achievers. Sells for about $400 a year. We give it to you for free as part of the VIP membership. In addition to that, we know that some people, due to COVID, are locked down. It's a bit like the hokey pokey, depending on your government. You're in, you're out. You've got a lockdown, you're not. You're out again, you're in again. Well, guess what? If you can't go to the gym, you have a personal training program you can do from home and stay fit from experts valued at a couple $100. And this one's huge. I had some experience in the home-based business with travel companies, and I can tell you that this travel platform here, I've stacked up against all of the ones I've come across before, and they're selling them for $1,000 a year, and you get this one for free. And I've used it myself, and the first booking I made in Melbourne saved me $350 on a 2-night stay. So you can even share this with your friends and get free travel as well. So let's now talk about compensation. Now, before I go into the compensation plan, I want to say this. I'm just going to touch on the treetop of the basic concept. There is a great video you can watch later and get the full details, and I'll refer you to that. But let's just talk about it. Firstly, I said there are 2 types of memberships. We have a basic membership at $35 to build a business, and we have the VIP at $99 a year, which includes everything I just went through with the benefits before. For those that do understand compensation plans, this is going to be the simplest one you've ever seen in your life, and probably the most lucrative. $1 equals a point, and that keeps it easy. There are 6 ways to profit: weekly commissions and monthly commissions. You can earn a lot of money quite fast through our fast money makers, which is the weekly commission. And then you can earn a lot of money from a long-term perspective with our team leveraged income. So there are 3 commissions on each side. And I might add that if you're in the US market right now, you could buy this product at $50, which, as I said, is half the price of most competitors, and you can sell it for $65, which will still be less than the wholesale price of other companies, right? So you can do that. In Australia, Philippines, and places like that, we're actually what we call NFR, which is not for retail until we get full registration on the ground. But you can have as many preferred customers as you like dealing with the company, and as many people buying welcome packs building the business as you like. So let's drill into that. So here's you. When you literally follow our Neumi 1, 2, 3 system, which is 1, connect to tools, 2, connect to leaders, and 3, connect to product, and you're doing step 1 now, connect to tools. I'm presenting this for you. All you got to do is get someone to watch this. When someone joins you, and if they became a customer, for example, you get 25% as a bonus. So let's say someone bought 2 products, right? So 2 products is going to cost $100, and you get $25 as a bonus for that person joining you, right? What if someone joined you in the business? Well, they'd probably want to get as much of this on hand and stock straight up so they can get some product in people's hands fast. So there's various packs. They start from 100, they go up to 1,000. If someone bought a $1,000 pack, which most people do, then if you wanted to do that, you'd earn $250 for anyone you introduced with that as well, right? So you can earn lucrative, very fast commissions. But here's the best part. You can actually earn 6 more levels, so 7 levels deep at 3%. What does that mean? You introduce a friend, let's say they're a naturopath, and they go out and introduce 50 customers. You're going to get 3% on every single one of those customers. What if they introduce somebody else, and they introduce somebody else who introduces somebody else who goes berserk? You get 3% of all of that. This is huge. So it's up to 7 levels, depending on your rank. So now the weekly commissions, just so we're clear, are based on any purchase from a member in their enrollment period, which is the first 30 days of their business, okay? And any purchase from a customer for life. So the customer volume pays out like a broken slot machine, and then it trickles into the back program. And the back program is where I would say if you're looking for a full-time income, see how this one rises, the waterline, so to speak, and once you're equaling the income you're on somewhere else, maybe you're free. So the first bonus here is called Power of 3. Power of 3 is like a roadmap. How does it work? Here's you again. This time, it's when you introduce not customers, but 3 members. Now, when you have 3 members who are purchasing at least 100 points a month or $100 a month in US dollars, then you will receive $50 at milestone 1. Now, this is really easy. That is 2 products. Now, I would be a complete hypocrite, and so would your friend who invited you, if they were not using this product when they spoke to you, wouldn't they? So, of course, we don't have to buy grandiose amounts of product. It's just $100. That's it. Use the product and tell the world. So that's milestone 1. It's like a roadmap. When you help those people do the same, 3 by 3, you'll earn 250 instead of the 50. When you help those people duplicate it again, you can earn 1,500. Now, our business, believe it or not, is not a 3-team structure. You could do that twice if you wanted to. You get as many times as you like. But, it is pretty much to the top of their compensation plan. It's a 6-team structure maximum, really. So you could earn this twice. You could earn $3,000 a month from this one bonus. Now, at the moment, and I say at the moment, for the next 90 days, we have a huge promotion where normally you can only earn the power of 3 from the second month's purchases from members, because it's based on all future purchases from a member after the first 30 days. But at the moment, we have a blitz promotion on which says you'll get paid that in the first month on top of the 25% retail commissions. It is insane. It is playing out like crazy dollars. It's a temporary bonus. So I'd suggest if you want to take advantage of it, go for it, because it is paying out so much. I do not know if it'll be there forever. It is paying out ridiculous amounts. So the next bonus is called the Uni Level. Now it starts at 3 levels and it goes through to 7 levels deep with dynamic compression. So those people who understand compensation plans where you introduce someone, and people in the middle drop out and you get paid nothing because there's still all these levels at the bottom. Not with us. There's not 1 cent lost. Everything compresses up. If someone drops out, doesn't order, everything goes up a level and you get paid on it. So you can see here, you can all the way through 7 levels deep, and at Crown, you'll get an extra percentage there at the bottom. The next bonus is bigger than you think. This is huge. It's called the monthly leadership bonus pool. So 6% of global sales goes into a pool every month, and depending on what rank you've achieved, starting at, say, a 2-star, right through to a Crown, you can earn 1 share of this pool, right up to 6 shares of the pool. Now, why is this important? You're watching this from the Philippines, or you're watching this from Australia. What if our business goes berserk in Africa? What if our business goes berserk in Canada? You don't even have a team there. You are profit sharing on the international business. Doesn't matter where your business is. This is huge. True international profit sharing. So that's our amazing compensation plan. There is more details around this if you want to look at it, and ask the person for a video that will take it through a bit slower and in more detail from their app, because we have a free app. Speaking of revolutionary tools, Steve Scott, our founder, said, let's not do what every other company does, where they tell you to build the business, they charge you for the products, and then they charge you for the apps and things to build the business. We're giving our business away. So we actually have an app called the Neumi app, and it is absolutely spectacular. You can send out any video on any topic. It'll tell you when the person clicks it, when the person plays it, if they played all the way through or halfway through, so you can see where their level of interest is at. Pretty much everything. All the training is in the app, everything. Communication from the app. It literally, you can build your business sitting on a beach with your phone in your hand, which is amazing. So how did all this happen? Well, because we are a field-driven company. Now, proof of this, I'll give you an example. The travel platform. So we got approached when we started Neumi by a massive travel provider, and they said, we'd like you to sell travel like all the other companies do. And we had founding field advisory board members. I'm one of them. And we sat together and said, we don't want to be just another travel company. We don't want to sell travel, right? So we said, could we give it away somehow? And corporate said, you know what, we'll work on it. If that sounds like what you want, let's do it. Boom. We give away a $1,000 travel platform. That's because we're field driven. Now, then we put in place what's called the Field Advisory Board. And that's a group of people, according to the most productive businesses in the field, that get to hear what's going on in the field, tell it to corporate, and we tweak our business model accordingly. So literally field driven. So let's talk about getting started as we're getting close to wrapping up. We have what we call welcome packs. Now, I said earlier, there is a basic membership at $35, or there is a VIP. How would you like to get them both for free? Simple. Pack number 1, if you purchase that is $100. You'll get 1 of each product, and you'll get a free basic membership. Pack number 2, if you purchase that's $300. You'll get a free membership, but you'll also get $50 worth of free products. So you get 4 bottles of NutraSwish, 2 of Neumi Skin, and an extra bottle for free to null out what you paid for shipping, right? Everyone loves free shipping. Well, we're giving you a bottle instead of that, right? Now, if you want a VIP membership, then you can go for pack 3. And in pack 3, it's $500. But then you'll also get a free bottle, $50 worth of free product, and a VIP membership for free, right? So 6 bottles of NutraSwish and 4 of Neumi Skin. Now, the most popular pack by far is this one. Why is that? Well, it's $1,000. You get a free VIP membership, but you get $250 of free product. Now, why is this important? I've not had to convince anyone about this product, because I literally get them to watch a video, debrief with a business partner, and then I get a bottle of this in their hands. So whether you loan that to them or whatever you do is up to you. But in doing that, pretty much everybody who's tried the products had a great outcome and ended up joining in some way. So depending on what country you're watching this from right now, pack number 3 and 4 may be available. If you're in the Philippines, only pack number 1 and 2 are available, okay, just so we're clear. Now, we have just opened up a whole heap of other markets around the world, and I know there are people logged on from some of those countries right now. If I was you, I'd get onto the corporate call that is with some exciting announcements again next Wednesday, and they're probably going to talk more about that then. So in wrapping up, guys, I want to thank you for attending. Now, if you're on for the first time today, please do me a favor. If you are an A, which is, hey, I want to get started, send a text to the person. So there's really no, wonder how they're feeling. Just tell them, hey, I want to get started. And if that's not you and you're a B, you want more information, be clear, send a B and a text. And they'll go, that's great. There's so many videos I can send you from this app. You'll have every question possibly answered. And I'd encourage you to get on a phone call and get your questions answered properly. Or maybe you are a C, and that is, hey, I just want to try the product. In wrapping up, I want to say this. If you've never tried our glutathione supplement before, you're in for a treat. If you have used any other form of glutathione supplement, A, you are using an inferior product. B, you are paying way too much. So you've got nothing to lose. So as a wrap up, I'll finish with that quote, and that is, a new you starts with Neumi. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. I'm off to bed here in the Sunshine Coast. All the best. Good night.
Una persona, y lo que voy a hacer hoy es mostrar